you look at all this array of instruments up here, you've just come into the room for choir. So I'm going to put on some music, and you go and choose an instrument that you want to play. So up you go. Here you go. Tiptoe 4 steps to the next, this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick up that instrument, and here you go again. And put that instrument down, and go 4 steps to the right. And here you go again. Pick up your instrument and to hop 4 steps to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick up that instrument. Put that instrument down. And this time I want you to skate to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here you go again. To that favorite instrument that you wanted to. I know that some of you probably wanted to get to that washboard, but our class is rather large. But this is a very good thing to do as an early arriver, because you can be playing a song that they're going to learn, and they're hearing it over and over, not with the words, just the melody. And we just progress around. All of these are environmental instruments. None of them are the real thing. Well, 1 or 2 are the real thing. But anyway, so I want you, before you go back to your seat, one more thing. I want you to take a leaf. Would you just take one and pass them around? And then you're going to go back to your seat.
I'll take one of those.
So the thing is, what we want to do in this class is just a variety of things. Sometimes you have that shy child that comes in the door and Mama lives, and of course, unfortunately, Mama says, "I'll be back." If she never said that, it would help, because that tells the child I'm leaving. But anyway, you want to get them involved, and so they may find something that looks really, really interesting. You can do that until you have enough children there to start an activity. All right, now and everything that we're going to do in this class is movement. And so let me do a little housekeeping, and then as others come in, you can tell them. If you did not fill out a card when you came in, grab one sometime during the class, fill it out. We'll drop it in the bucket over there where the mints are, and at the end of each class, if you remind me, I will draw a card, and you'll have something to take home with you in the way of something you don't have to pay for. So, all right, now, I'm not going to make you stand up for this unless you just look terribly sleepy. But I want you to get your arms, and let the arms do the standing. Okay, just listen, and where are your arms going to go? Standing, sitting, slide whistle is a wonderful thing. You can get the little plastic ones. This one is metal and it's better, but plastic works. I use this even in Vacation Bible School with the children. It's amazing to them. It tells them to come to the center. Okay, now you've got leaves there, so let your leaf do this. one day you could do it with arms, the next day you could do it with leaves, the next day you could do it with their bodies, which that would be really mean this morning, wouldn't it? Yeah. But anyway, that's a possibility. All right, now, these little tiny rectangles, that's fun foam, and these are just that small versions, so I could get a lot in here. These are from a craft store, and I use them as our sit-bones. And we sit on these, and I would have them in that place. We're okay now, I think.
All right.
Okay. So anyway, I want you to see the big deal. If you're, and we'll talk about this in the next class, so I won't go into that. I'll tell you a little bit about each class that we'll have today. This one is just a mixture of activities. The second class is if you're getting started for the first time. If you've done it forever, you can come in here and share ideas with those that are getting started. We'll look at it from all aspects. The third class is being introduced to Growing in Grace. And this is the semester that you'll be using next. And we've got everything, but I said I brought everything but the kitchen sink. But anyway, we'll go through it so that if you're using that, you will have an idea what's in it. We'll sing the songs that are in it. And if there's anybody in here that says, you know, I wish I could afford it, my church can't buy it, let me know. Just let me know, and we might work out something. And so please let me know that. It is a wonderful curriculum, and you know, we can all do things for 5, 6 weeks, and somewhere along the way we get burnt out. And so it's good to have material laid out before us. Okay, the fourth class is do it again. And that's not a repeat class. That's activities that you've done and you wish you had them so you could do them again. And I'm going to tell you, if you don't have them and you wish you could do them again, I'm going to show you some things you can make or find that will enable you to do the same thing. And then the last class is melody, rhythm, harmony. Oh, I'm teaching all of these things. Wait, I don't have a music degree. How can I possibly? But you'll find out you are teaching these. And so I hope you can be with me all day. Okay, the next thing to do. The little song that I was playing for you just then. This is not a good floor to get down on. So you're going to use your knees for the floor. I want you to let your hands, we're in a circle. I want you to let your hands walk 4 steps forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take 4 steps backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now then, we're so smart. We would do that 2 or 3 times with them, but you're so smart. Let's just do 8. Can you count to 8? Let's see. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We had to take shorter steps, didn't we? Back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So when they're all together with that, and you know you've got 3-year-olds all the way up to 5-year-old smart ones, and so you just have to be the judge of when they're all working with you. But if you're modeling it for them, they'll copy it. Then we're going to say, okay, let's see if our feet can do what our hands did. So here our feet go. Let's go forward 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go back 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you've got to do 8 front and back. Then we're going to go in a circle. So, let's do stand up now. And if you know what? I think that you're such good helpers. Would you like to choose an instrument and put it in that laundry basket in the middle? Just do that. And if you get one in there, and you just drop it in there, nothing breaks.
You need
Oh, you can get another one. Oh, you're good helpers. This is wonderful. All right, very good. Oh, the poor little lollipop. The lollipop. All right. Now, very good. So let's just make a circle. And we're going to listen to the music, and we're going to march with it. So here we go again. Go back to that.
Are we coming to this?
Let's go. Be ready. Go. Walk that way. Do 8 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Turn around. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Turn around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now, then you might want to add a tambourine. And on 8, that's your signal to turn. So listen real close. You have to use your listening ears to hear this. Here we go. Are you ready? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you very much. They remain standing. All right. Now, we have homework in this class, and it goes very fast in between, but when you come back for class number 2, you're going to make a tambourine. We'll have all the stuff out here for you. It'll be on the table. I may just have to shift that over, but you'll grab paper plate and yarn and bell. Now, it's not that this is an expensive thing to take home. It's just to remind you when you get home how easy it is to make it. So, don't forget to do your homework. All right, let's do Mr. Knickerbocker. And you can go back to your chairs. Now, Mr. Knickerbocker, you probably remember that from ever. Well, I don't need you to sit down.
You want to sing that too?
All right, remember, we're staying awake in this class. Okay, you've heard, hey, Mr. Knickerbocker, boppity bop. Okay, except we're going to use body parts. And so, and you'll find out how it works. So, and we're going to be doing those 8s a lot, so you'll find out. Okay, so just copy me. Hey, Mr. Knickerbocker, boppity beat. I feel so good with that boppity beat. I put that beat right into my feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, Mr. Knickerbocker, boppity bees. I feel so good with the boppity bees. I put that beat right into my knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, Mr. Knickerbocker, boppity bibs. I feel so good with the boppity bibs. I put that beat right into my hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, Mr. Knickerbocker, boppity bands. I feel so good with the boppity bands. I put that beat right into my hands. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, Mr. Knickerbocker, boppity boulder. I feel so good with that boppity boulder. I put that right into my shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, Mr. Knickerbocker, boppity bed. I feel so good with the boppity bed. I put that beat right into my head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, Mr. Knickerbocker, boppity bop. I think I'll stop. Have a seat. Okay, now, what does that do? That might draw everybody into it before you get over. You have to be just as corny as you can be to get them interested. But when you're done, you're done. You've by then, okay. So, I think the next thing I want you to do is a finger play. And I think you have this on your handout. Do you have a tired little worm there?
Yes.
Okay. And let's say, oh, that's so long, I can't remember all of that. So maybe you can have somebody else read it while you do it. So do I have a reader? No, you could not be your preschooler. But, or I'll just say, I'm going to have a reader, and you're going to use your hands. Okay, so a tired little worm on a cold winter day crept out on the branch of a tree. And he spun him a web of spider web threads where he slept, safe and warm as could be. The cold wind fell gently from the cold sky, and the north wind cried, "Woo, woo." But the worm didn't care, for he was fast asleep in his snug little house in the tree. But the spring sunshine woke up the flower at last, and woke up that little worm too, and he crawled slowly out of his safe little house that rocked as the south wind blew. But a strange thing had happened to him as he slept. He had turned into a great butterfly that slowly unfolded his beautiful wings and flew away in the blue sky. So you see, you might want somebody else, one of your helpers, to read it, and you can lead it. And it also would be a good time to make a butterfly craft. And bless this little butterfly's heart, it's had a hard life. But I don't remake it because it's just a coffee filter. You know, you wet them and touch them with magic markers, and you have your clothespin, and you just kind of wrinkle it together and put it in that clothespin, and then you got a butterfly. So you get, that could be an early arrival activity, and so you do that. All right, now then, you've got paper plates and these that have just come in. Just the job, kind of watch as new people come in and give them plates and dots. So, did y'all get plates? No. Okay, get 2 each, and get the dotted cards. Anybody else? Okay. Now, you should have a stack of these floppy paper plates in your file room because you can do so many things with them. I'm going to show you. It may be on your handout. You have the stick man. Yes. Okay. Somewhere in this room I have some too, but I don't see them. So, anyway. This poster right here, and I don't know if you guys see it, he is playing paper plate symbols. He's tapping them together, the rainbow, on the knees, on the ankles, using like a fan, bouncing ball, alligator, this move, and then the big circle. All right. Let's put that to music. You can stand up for this. And I've got you standing up, and I don't have the right song. Excuse me. Well, you know what? While I'm hunting, have a seat, and let's do the bear hunt. Now, you've done the bear hunt many times. We'll use your plates in just a minute. We've done the bear hunt before, but have you ever sung the bear hunt? So this is, it's on your handout, that is from Action Songs Children Love. And
Going on a bear hunt.
Going on a bear hunt.
Gonna catch a big one.
Gonna catch a big one.
I'm not scared.
I'm not scared.
What a beautiful day.
What a beautiful day.
recording, and you wouldn't, you can tell the story, but do you hear each time they have to sing, going on a bear hunt, going on a bear hunt, gonna catch a good one? So the children are echoing the motions, and they're having the fun of that, but they're singing that third, which is so important for them. Okay, and I said I would look for that CD while we were waiting, and I didn't do it, and I know it's in here, because it was there last night. Well, okay. So we'll just skip that for a minute, just keep your thing. All right, choose namesticks and walk friends with foam feet. So let's just get up again. Well, we won't get up everybody, because I won't get up. So, I have name sticks, they have their names on them, and so I would go around the room and I would say, Sibby, I'm Sibby, you come stand on this line. And then, Brenda, you come stand on this line. And Allison, you come stand on this line. And Cheryl, all right, we got four, we can have, you can finish to have all the class up there. But we're going to walk them across the footprints. All right. So, and this involves them because they're waiting to have their turn. It involves you because you're going to be clapping, 8 beats. All right, so Sybil, you're going to stand on these red feet. And we're going to walk you across. We're going to say 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, little bow-legged there.
Got a little move.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do they match? Okay. So let's clap, and she's going to stand on this line. So let's get Sybil ready to go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very good. All right. Let's get her ready to go. But you have to wait for us to count you off. Here we go. Are you ready? 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very good. Let's go at her. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very good. And ready. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, y'all all made it to this side. That's right. The object of the game is not to have pigeon-toed feet. We kind of gave it a hard move a while ago. But again, this is just the fun foam, and it's good because it clings to the tile or it clings to carpet, either one. So y'all may go back to your seats. You're very good walkers. We would now put another set of children so we all have their turn. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
We've been working with 4. What if you're teaching, like say I have a song that I want to teach a 3 count? Can you adapt all these to a 3 count?
We will talk about that in one class. This is just a basic rhythm that's easy. 3s are more of a swaying rhythm, but we will do 3s with a tablecloth in another class.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And I know that maybe if you're not going to be in one class but you have questions, don't hesitate to catch me between. But yeah, we do want them to do 3s because the swaying is very definitely, and that's a very soothing thing too. In the middle of all your busy things, when you get them in, to stop and do something soothing is a good. If you sing. We'll take the table and go up and down and up and down. And when our arms are going up and down together, then we'll hold, I say tablecloth, a parachute, but a round plastic tablecloth is a lot cheaper, up and down. Okay. Now, your 2 masking tape lines, if I were to give you 3 different sounds, if I gave you the sound of a drum or the sound of something that scratches, can you hear that? Or a sound of something that rings. Okay. Let's see how to do this. You're all on one side of the room on a masking tape line. And I want you to walk across the room to the other masking tape line. But you only move if you hear the sound that I tell you to. And so let your feet, if you hear the sound, let your feet walk there. And if you don't hear the sound, just stand still. All right, I want you to, and you have to close your eyes in this class because you can see what I'm doing. Okay, you hide behind something. All right, I want you to walk if you hear the sound of bells. Very good. Now, you're on that side of the room. All right, you're going to walk back. This time, I want you to walk if you hear something scratching. Very good. I want you to walk. Oh, this time I want you to hop if you hear a bell. Okay, now that's enough of that to see what we're doing there. We've got 2 long masking tape lines. We've got 3 very different sounds. It doesn't have to be these 3, but something that taps, something that jingles, and something that scratches. So the object is, and they can walk, they can hop, they can slide, they can tiptoe. You just do the same thing as many different ways as you can. And that involves all of them at the same time. Okay, the next thing is, got a tiny little thing here. I would do this with the children with just these little small cards, because part of the fun, the big fun for them is choosing a color. And so, would you choose a color? Green. Right. Oh, we're gonna get our voices. Are our voices gonna start high or low? High. Okay, can you get one? Ooh. That looks like it goes fast, doesn't it? Let's do it. Ooh. All right. Would you choose a color? Pink. I like pink. This is a fun color. We're going to say blue. And what's it going to do? Blue, 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 blue. Very good. All right. Now, I'll show you what's on the card. You are certainly creative enough to do it yourself. All right, here's one that swoops down. Here's one that, oh, we better do this one. All right, here we go. We start up high. Okay. We've got one that goes up and then back down. That one we did, that one we did. Just make up your arrows and put them on a ring and let them choose the colors. I eliminate them just because they last longer, that one. It's not necessary. Okay, now we'll do something just really silly, a rooster shot. How many of you done a rooster shot with the children? And some of these things are so old that we have to
We did classics.
They're not old classics.
They're classics.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I call it to my kids. I said, this is something that my mom taught me, and now I'm teaching you to carry on a classic.
I am, you know, the funny thing, I wear hearing aids. I don't hear well, and I went to have it examined again because I thought, this is not getting good. And so the solution was, there's a level that I don't hear, and that's women's voices. So his solution was, just talk to men. Okay, stand up. We're gonna do a rooster shot. Okay, you just join in as soon as you can, because you'll understand, you'll catch on as you go. A rooster shot, a rooster shot, a rooster shot, shot.
A rooster shot, a rooster shot, a rooster shot, shot.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
A rooster shot,
A rooster shot, a rooster shot, shot. A rooster shot, a rooster shot, a rooster shot, shot.
thumbs up,
Thumbs up,
wrists together.
wrists together.
A
A rooster shot, a rooster shot, a rooster shot, shot. A rooster shot, a rooster shot, a rooster shot, shot.
thumbs up,
Thumbs up,
wrists together,
wrists together,
arms together.
arms together. A rooster shot, a rooster shot, a rooster shot, shot. A rooster shot, a rooster shot, a rooster shot, shot.
Thumbs up,
Thumbs up,
wrists together,
wrists together,
arms together,
arms together,
knees together.
knees together. A rooster shot, a rooster shot, a rooster shot, shot. A rooster shot, a rooster shot, a rooster shot, shot.
Thumbs up,
Thumbs up,
wrists together,
wrists together,
arms together,
arms together,
knees together,
knees together,
center out.
scissor out.
A rooster shot,
A rooster shot, a rooster shot, shot. A rooster shot, a rooster shot, a rooster shot, shot.
thumbs up,
Thumbs up,
wrists together,
wrists together,
elbows, arms together,
arms together,
knees together, center out. We did that one. Okay, tongue out. A loop and
a loop it out, a loop it out.
and you don't finish it. But honestly, you know, you think that is so silly, but I still can envision my little granddaughter just following out laughing when we would do that. Okay, now pretend to be puppets. We can use puppets. I have a lot of different kind of puppets up here. You can just, if there's a ladybug puppet. Here is the picture of the child on the, which is the puppet. You know, the funny thing is, these shy children sometimes will not sing, but their puppet will sing. And so, and here are, you know, you stick these on the ends of your fingers, the gloves. Here's the easiest one.
Oh, very popular now.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Toy Story 4.
The fourth, the easiest one, put a Band-Aid on your finger and draw a face on it. And that will work. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna play some, different songs here and let you all be a puppet. So, stand up. And, let me see. I want you to pretend that your feet are stuck in glue. So you can move however you feel like, but your feet are stuck in glue. Just keep going till you feel different. My feet won't get out of the glue. Maybe your heels can get unstuck. One foot at a time can get unstuck. and listen, kids can move. We'll have on your resource sheet, it will tell you that. Okay, now, in your handout, but you have this, but you don't have to look at it right now. Just be my echo, and you may sit down. Voice inflection, and they will not be excited unless you're excited. So let's just say that it's out of control, and so you say, okay, you say what I say. Cow, cow, moo, cow.
Cow, cow, moo, cow.
Cow, cow, kitty, cow.
Cow, cow, kitty, cow.
Dog, dog, big dog.
Dog, dog, big dog.
Cake, cake, chocolate cake.
Cake, cake, chocolate cake.
I love chocolate cake.
I love chocolate cake.
Chocolate cake with icing.
Chocolate cake with icing.
Chocolate cake with chocolate icing.
Chocolate cake with chocolate icing.
I want some chocolate cake.
I want some chocolate cake.
Who took my chocolate cake?
Who took my chocolate cake?
Bella took my chocolate cake.
Bella took my chocolate cake.
Hannah took my chocolate cake.
Hannah took my chocolate cake.
Did Stacy take my chocolate cake?
Did Stacy take my chocolate cake?
Did Winnie take my chocolate? Jenny, I'm sorry. Winnie. All right, now, you see a lot of vocal exploration in there, but you also have a chance to say their name, to hear their name, to help you learn their name. I mean, if you've got a house full, a room full of children, it's hard, but it's so important. I read somewhere that a preschooler said, "My name feels safe in her mouth." And I thought, that's true, so we need to do that. So, and those are just made up things. I put it in your handouts, but they're just made up things. Now, you have little cards with dots on them. You'll have 2 dots of one color and 1 dot of another. Now, this is something that might interest a child or get their attention. I have on my step bells the red dot and the blue dot. Okay, now you may put those 3 dots, stick them on your card any way, any order that you want to. And we have this. My card says red, blue, red. So I'm going to sing. I've written a song. It says, God loves me. Would you sing my song with me?
God loves me.
Who has their card ready? You want to come up and play your song? All right. Uh-oh. It may miss this. Well, that's all right. All right, but you know what? Instead, I got to your name is Alleluia. Oh, that makes it so much easier. Okay. So she wrote this. Would you play it for us? We can sing God Loves Kim. Would you play it again?
God loves Kim.
Very good. You're a composer. You go home and tell Mom and Dad that you wrote a song today. All right, who has a different song? Will you want to come play your song? All right, now. Show us what it looks like. This is Michelle. Michelle Prince. We could sing her name. Okay, let's sing it.
Michelle Prince.
Very good. Oh, I'm just going to take your song.
Don't
You
take
gotta
away
hold your
my
voice down.
song.
All right, now, you see, everybody gets to be very important, and you encourage them. You brag on them because they're so smart, and they wrote a song. And you can sing God Loves Me to every one of them, or if you want to change something, or maybe they have words they want to sing. But very simple thing to do. And your step bells are, the first instrument I could buy I probably would buy step bells, just because, one thing, they're not as expensive as others, but it gives a pitch, and it gives you that vertical up and down, and you can do so much. And I have a low voice, and so if I don't watch out, I'll pitch everything too low. And so if I can pitch the starting note, this is the note we're starting on, that is helpful to me as well as them. Okay, next thing, Bible verse chants. Let's see how we're doing time-wise. We go from 8 to 9, right? Okay, Bible verse chants. And we have on your handout, and you know, I really should pull my hand down and just be sure I'm covering everything that's on it.
So far, you've been doing great.
Yeah. Everything's so good? All right, all right.
Except for the paper plates, but we're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah, you know what? That is just crazy. Well, see, what happened was, I intended to bring my cassette recorder because you get to one and you don't know how to work it. And, here it is. So after I set up last night, I went to, not set up, but set up in here, I went to Walmart and bought this very expensive little cassette recorder. And, that's why I'm working it so well. Okay, just for that, I found it. We're gonna do the ragtime rhythm. Get your paper plates. Is number 8. Now, yeah, stand up. We're gonna really move them. I better get myself something. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Suddenly it's going to the radio. See how good I learned how to operate it? We're doing the symbols. Get ready for the rainbow. The big rainbow. Do half as many, and we'll have to this is our yoga for this morning. Oh, it's supposed to be doing what? Okay, I should have done it, a shorter thing. All right, this time let's do it half as many times so we get through. Outside of it. Ball. And the next one was fun. I didn't want you to miss it. And, all right. Yeah. Second.
1, 2, ready, go.
Okay, now, you say, well, that's fun, but I don't have that, that record. So, all right, now let's just go back to something that's in the curriculum. I'll just say, the CD for the new GIG. And I'm just gonna start, any song. Now, just envision that. Why couldn't you do the same thing? See, because you don't have to have that particular. You don't have to have that particular say. And in fact, again, if you use something that, now that particular one, you were walking to it early on, that's the theme song for this curriculum. If you're using it, you know that the theme songs, if you've used it before, they're always hard for preschool. And so, because they have to appeal to older children too. So you use that. Use the accompaniment tracks, and because that doesn't distract with words. But plain paper plates, any recording, 4/4 is better for that rather than the 3s. Okay, let's go back to the Bible verse chants. All right, I chose a verse. God made the earth. God made the earth. God made the earth. God made the earth. Say it with me.
God made the earth. God made the earth.
So you have a rest in there. All right, can we clap that? God made the earth. And let's just take our hands out for it. And also, because I get in class and I'm trying to cover everything, don't get too fast for your preschoolers. So here we go again. God made the earth. God made the earth. Now, we've got 2 groups, and I want this half of the room to say earth. Why don't we do it on our knees? Earth, 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 earth. You're very slow. Don't change that. Just keep going. Earth, 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 earth. Now, we're ready to do the thing we learned a while ago. Keep saying, let your mouth say what your hands say. Earth, 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 earth.
God made the earth. God made the earth. God made the earth.
All right, now, for preschool, you probably have more than 2 groups, and you've got teachers helping, and if they don't get it right, it's no, I mean, that's a big assignment. But hey, did you know you're teaching harmony when you do that? So you're better than you thought. Okay, now then, what do you do, and I'll just put the question, I think I put it on here now, but have you got anything that you've done with wiggly children or shy children that has worked for you wonderfully well? Does anybody have anything to share?
We do similar to that, we do red light, green light. And they move on the green light and stop on the red
Do
light.
you have a red light, green light, or do you?
No, we just say it,
You just say it?
and usually color.
Oh, yeah, and many times in the materials you'll have them. And, you know, these things you can find in any kind of, picture, clip art on the computer. You just keep looking till you find it. There's a cute one, cute little boy and girl that we'll use later in the day. Okay, let me stop and be sure that everybody has filled out a card. I'm sure that some of you didn't.
Do you want to do the leaves back?
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, yeah, pass the leaves down. I can tell you what not worked with leaves. We have a leaf song coming up in another class, but we were moving the leaves and we said just let them flow, and they went everywhere and the kids did too, so.
Yep.
Because they went chasing.
Yeah, keep control. All right, if everybody's got their name in the,
Oh, and this is where the candy is.
oh yeah, we got candy
I
too.
got that.
Yeah,
Got one more.
okay.
Okay,
Okay, I'll abbreviate.
I think we've got somebody else who's.
Okay, my helper scrambled the cards because when we,
I think we have one more person filling out a card.
And,
Okay. One thing that I do with my kids, especially when my older kids, especially when we're learning a song, is I give them scarf and I let them scarf dance or ribbon dance or dance.
Yeah,
And then when we get to the chorus, they have to freeze and sing the chorus.
okay.
And then they dance and then we freeze and sing the chorus. And that really,
And that teaches them form, because they're doing the A part of the song and the B part of the song.
right.
And anytime that we have a song that has an A section and then a middle section and we get back to A again, that's a wonderful discovery. We say, you already know that part.
Yeah.
See how smart you are.
And,
Okay,
and we sing a donkey song back at Easter time for Palm Sunday.
it
And I
may
made them, when I first, you sing it for 4 weeks before you actually really sing it. So the first 2 weeks, I said, okay, I want you guys to be donkeys. Everyone be donkeys. Let's all be donkeys. We're all being donkeys.
Steady beat.
And doing this, doing the donkey thing. Okay, now I want you to do the same thing, but don't move your feet. Just do it with your voice and have that same little donkey beat to it. And I think we got more of a donkey feel to our song
yeah.
than if we had just sung it.
And there's a donkey song in the next class too, that, not that one, but, okay, she's gonna draw a name. Everybody has their name in there. I mean, it's not gonna pay for your hotel bill. But it is a gift. But, and also, you saw there the table. Anything on that table, you may have. And I will say that those kits that are ridiculous notebooks, that's like one time when I've taught and I've taken all the stuff back home, I thought, this is sitting on my shelf, and nobody, so, it's laminated, it's put together, I think it's mostly intact. If it has personal notes in it, just ignore them, and, but anyway, that is, if any of that you can take home. Okay, so, and if you, I will keep the card that she draws, but, we'll do this in each class, and if you filled out a card in the other class, you still need to fill out one in here, and they'll put you on the mailing list, and you'll get news, and it's not, junk mail, it's good stuff.
All right, Michelle Prince.
Ooh.
Michelle!
The composer and prize winner.
Okay, Michelle, I'm gonna let you choose. You may have a book, or you may have one of these little kits, if you like.
Boy.
I think the books are the same. This is the little Christmas musical.
It's cute, we did it last year.
All right.
It has a seat on it, though, so it's free to
Share the good news, that's what we've got, activity kits, hymn and Bible songs. I don't believe that was in our kit. Well, anyway.
Somebody already won that.
Okay. Okay, now, oh, guess what? There they are. Okay, do you have stick figures in your,
Yeah, there's
All right.
stickman and paper plates for together, and I was gonna ask, where in the stickman?
yeah, I mean, hey, if you're not an artist, anybody can draw stick men, right? Right?
Right.
And so you see, there's the shoulder. There's going this direction, there's going this direction, there's over your head, and
And what's the yellow one?
the yellow, what was it? Oh, yeah, let's go.
Ankles. Okay.
No, that's ankles.
Okay.
There's ankles, there's just, your shoulders, there's to one side, there's over your head, there's to the other side, and there's the knees.
Ah.
So, and the thing is, the children will think these are wonderful pictures. And, oh, Miss Dean, you're such a good artist, but anybody can draw stick men. So, and you probably could find pictures, on the internet of exercises and things like that. Okay. I think that covers this. So, next class is, if you've done this forever, or if you're doing it for the first time, or anywhere in between. And you'll have different handouts in each class. So anything that your composed songs you want to take home with you, I'm sure you don't want the paper plates. You can just leave those in the chairs and we'll pick them up, or leave them in, and So, all right.
Thank you.
Thank